The division rules for surds and roots are as follows. So you could end up with one big square root over a fraction. You can simplify that by making it a square root of the numerator over the fraction line, and the denominator stands underneath also with the square root. So as you can see, we took x and y and we broke it up into the square root of x over the square root of y. Now, on the next one, let's have a look at that one. If we have the square root of 10 over 5, we can break it up into the square root of 10 over the square root of 5. So it can be done with letters and it can be done with numbers. Okay, let's look at a few more. Here we have the square root of EF. We're going to break that up into the square root of E over the square root of F. So you keep them as a fraction. You just separate them into different square roots. You're not changing the value, you're just simplifying it. If we have the square root of 2/5, it becomes the square root of 2 over the square root of 5. Okay, now we have the square root of two numbers. We have 30 over 100. We break that up into the square root of 30 over the square root of 100. One of them we can actually solve. We can't solve the square root of 30. We don't know that without our calculator. It's going to be a surd, but the square root of 100, that's an absolute square root. We know the answer is 10. So we actually have simplified it even further by solving the bottom. Let's look at the square root of 8 over 9. So our rule is we're first going to separate them like that, okay, as square roots. Then we come to the step here and we see, well, we look at 9, it has got an answer. So we don't solve the top because we don't have an answer for the square root of 8. But we do have an answer for the square root of 9. It's 3. Okay, so we solve that part so long. Then we can simplify it even further. We can say 8 is actually the factors of 8 are the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. Now, you learned this trick in multiplying roots and squares in my previous lecture, and that's a very important rule to know. So we now do that. Okay, so now we know 4 actually is something that is a square root, 2 is a surd. So we can write the answer to 4 over here as 2. And the surd, we just come park there, and we still keep everything over this 3 over there. Okay, right. Now, if you can look for opportunities to break surds up into their factors and simplify them further down to like what we did here, and then still keep the denominator as it was, you will find that life will improve a lot for you and you'll be able to work with your sums a lot better. Okay, so now, before we leave, you'll see here in the bottom corner, there's a subscribe button. Press subscribe so you can join me on the maths journey with all the other students, and we'll help you to succeed.